And we're very excited today. And I want British Columbians to take the good news we're hearing today with the joy that it deserves.
This is exciting news. It is an amazing news.
It's Clinton Jaws. Is here. I'm Clinton Jaws. I used to be a cop. I'm not a cop anymore. That makes me retired. I'm winging this. I just got off the phone. I got a telephone call from a nurse. The nurse told me that they're canceling all the second doses at this nursing home in town for the residents. And I thought that was kind of weird. Isn't it kind of important to get the second dose? That's what we wanted to do, right? Nurses get second doses. Elderly get second doses that are in the nursing homes. Now, this nurse tells me the reason is because the first dose is more effective than they thought. I thought that's weird. They didn't know how effective the first dose was? Is that really the reason? So now they're going to, instead of taking that second dose and giving it to people that don't really need it, because the first one's so effective, they're going to use that second dose and give it to other people. So everybody gets the first dose as quick as possible, because that's going to help with the spread of COVID. And I'm just asking myself, like, why wouldn't they have done that to begin with? They're saying it's because they didn't realize how effective it was. But even if it was only 60% effective, would that not have been the smart way to do things? Then I started getting kind of angry, because my wife has 2 doses in her body. If the first dose is so effective, which it probably is, did they not just waste a second dose on my wife when they could have gave that second dose to my wife's mom, my dad, who really need it? My parents are old. So how many second doses have they wasted? And are they really doing this because there's not enough doses? They're just not coming out and saying, we don't have enough doses. If you don't have enough doses, what do? Bonnie Henry, she did an update, and I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and watch it. And I want to try to figure this out in real time. Because maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they really didn't know how effective the first dose was. And maybe they got lots of doses, right? Maybe there's tons, but we've been told this whole time how important it is for the elderly to get 2 doses right away, as fast as they can. But they've canceled it. They've canceled the second dose because the first dose is so good. Almost so good that you probably don't even need a second dose. I need to say something. Isn't the BC shut down right now because of nursing homes? That was the concern, right? That's what we've been told. We don't want nursing homes. We don't want infections in nursing homes because the elderly are dying from it. That's why BC is shut down. That's why restaurants are shut down. Parts of BC. That's why we can't do anything. That's why we can't go anywhere. We have to be small, right? Stay in your bubble. Because of the nursing homes. But if you vaccinate all the nursing homes, then we can go out and about and do what we want, right? Doesn't that fix the problem? If the problem is nursing homes, you give both doses to all nursing homes. Everybody in a nursing home gets the second dose, then you open up British Columbia. What's going on here? Something weird's going on here.
That although there is light at the end of the tunnel, we are far from out of this. We have months.
Why are we far from out of this? Why?
That we remain physically distanced. We keep our groups as small as possible. We don't come to work when we're sick.
Okay, for who though? Who are we doing this for? We're not doing it for the majority of people because the majority of people aren't dying from it. So who are we doing it for? I thought we were doing it for the nursing homes. So vaccinate the nursing homes so we can go out and do whatever we want. I don't understand who we're doing this for. Do you?
The scientific evidence has proven that the single most important risk factor for becoming seriously ill or dying from COVID-19 is age.
Yeah. So vaccinate them and don't worry about the younger population.
The older you are, the more at risk of severe illness or death you are. That is why here in BC, like many jurisdictions,
You don't give my wife 2 shots when you could have used a second shot on somebody else.
we do believe that we will start to target essential workers, particularly our first responders and our key essential workers who are not able to work from home.
Why are they going to give it to first responders and teachers when the people that are dying from it are the older population, like she just said? Saturate the older population with the vaccine so we could get on with it, our lives. Don't worry about us. We're not dying from it.
In communities around the province where we've had outbreaks, if we think about things like poultry workers, people who work in some of our mail distribution centers.
They're doing this because there's not enough. I don't know why they're doing this. Why would you cancel tomorrow a nursing home that is supposed to get second doses? Give the elderly their second dose and then move on to the elderly that are in their homes right now, that are older, that need the vaccine. Am I way off? And once they're vaccinated, she'll let us go out and play. No, she won't. That's not her intention. She's not giving up her power. They don't want to do it. She's no longer important if she does that. They want to make it slow, drawn out. Everybody needs to get vaccinated before I open up anything. Maybe then I'll let you go back into your 6-person bubble.
So our BC Immunization Committee will be looking at how do we best use the doses that we have coming in. We expect that we'll...
I'll tell you how you use them. You go to the nursing homes and you saturate the old people with the vaccine, both vaccines. Then you go into homes where older people live. You give it to them. That's how you do it. Isn't that how you do it? Why do you care about a teacher getting it? Do you think teachers are dying from COVID? You think cops are dying from COVID, guys? No. Okay? Not happening. Do you think kids are dying from it? No. No, they're not. The majority of people aren't dying from it. It's the older people.
So this is exciting news. That means that we will be able...
How is that exciting? Are you excited? Are you excited? I'm not excited. What's the exciting news? I'm confused.
...to move everybody up in the queue.
Up in the queue?
The second we have seen that the vaccines we have here in BC are safe and they provide a very high level of real-world protection with the initial dose.
Yeah, but that's the same vaccine that's going around the world, is it not? Or do we got a special vaccine? Is our vaccine special? What's she about to say?
That the protection that we're getting after a single dose, once your body's immune system responds to that, so at about 3 weeks, is about 90%.
Okay, so they found that out last week. So why did my wife get the second dose? She's 90%? Why? She didn't need the dose. That dose could have... How many doses have they wasted on people that aren't dying from it? I understand her getting the second dose because she's a healthcare worker, but if she's 90% and they knew that last week, why did they allow her to get the second shot last Friday, like a few days ago?
As a result, we are now extending the interval between our first dose and the second booster dose of the vaccines, the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines, as well as the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Because they don't have enough doses.
To 4 months or 16 weeks.
4 months. Wow, okay. Before it was 28 days. You had to have the second one within 28 days or 30 days or something like that. Now it's 4 months. Okay. You really fun.
Extending this second dose provides very high real-world protection to more people sooner.
Extending the second dose prolongs shutting down the country. Drawing this thing out. If you're running the country, I know you have a brain if you're listening. What do? What was the problem? Residents were dying in nursing homes. What do? You vaccinate them. You vaccinate them, then you go out into the community and you hit the other older population and you open shit up. Wouldn't you do that if you were running the country? But we're talking 4 months for a second dose. Maybe I will get mine in July. And maybe in November I'll get my second one. This is what I'm hearing. I don't even need a second one. I don't need a first one. Most people don't need a first one.
As we know, one of the key areas that we have been following very carefully is long-term care homes, and the restrictions that have been in place in long-term care homes we know have had very challenging.
You guys want to talk about the restrictions? Do you know it's a prison in the long-term care homes? Do you even know that? They haven't seen family for close to a year now. They're not even allowed to go for a ride with a family member. Family members aren't allowed to come and visit. They're not even allowed pets. These nursing homes aren't even allowed pets. They're not allowed to bring pets into them. They have to screen pets. You think I'm lying to you? I'm not lying to you. It's the truth. They got to screen pets. Screening pets. Do you know how important it is for an old person in a nursing home to see a pet? The smile it brings on their face? They've been denied pets and family. There's no point of living. There's no point of life. There's no meaning to life. Restriction after restriction. What's she going to say?
Challenging effects for families and for residents. So we will be revisiting when we can decrease those restrictions.
They're going to revisit it, guys. They're not even going to decrease the restrictions yet. They're still going to leave the restrictions in place. No pets. No spouses, no family are allowed to visit them. Can't take them away from the nursing home and go for a drive.
I know everyone is eager to get their vaccine as soon as possible, and that is great news.
No, I'm not. I'm eager for you to give it to the older population. That's what I'm eager for. I don't give a rat's ass if a firefighter, like my brother-in-law, gets the vaccine. He ain't going to die from it.
I want to thank everybody.
Oh, you're welcome.
For their patience and enthusiasm.
No, we don't have patience.
We have a great deal of confidence in these vaccines, that they are safe, they are and effective, and I encourage
you don't got any to deliver to anybody
as well. I'll now hand things over to Dr. Ballon to speak about the specific logistical challenges and details of the next phase.
Oh, God.
Thanks very much, Dr. Henry and Premier Horgan.
Whatever.
It's a pleasure to be back. And as we move into phase 2, we will continue the work on those vulnerable populations and correctional facilities where people really don't have the ability to protect themselves. And
what the correctional facilities? She didn't say that. People in correctional facilities. Is she talking about prisoners? I don't know. No way. Prisoners are in phase 1 and 2. A prisoner is going to get the shot, I think she's saying this, before my parents get the shot. And there's something else I want to bring up, and don't call me a racist, but I'm confused about. And maybe I'm ignorant. But I'm looking at phase 2 here. I see the graph. February to April. Indigenous peoples age 65 plus. Elders and additional communities not yet immunized. They're in phase 2. Indigenous peoples age 65 and up. Why? Why are they getting the shot before my 79-year-old dad? Who, by the way, if he got COVID, probably wouldn't be here. But somebody age 65 is getting the shot. Why? Why is that? Maybe it's already been explained, but it doesn't make any sense to me. If you're going to take a 65-year-old Indigenous person and give them the shot before my dad or my mom? If my mom gets COVID, bye-bye mummy. I just want to talk about the graph for a second because she has it up and I see phase 3. Phase 3, Indigenous people. And I'm not beating up on Indigenous people. I love Indigenous people, okay? I got one in my family, okay? But I'm not feeling very privileged right now because it says phase 3, Indigenous people age 64 to 45. So if you're 45, and I'm older than 45, they get the vaccination before me. an indigenous person age 45 is in the same category of somebody in the age of 79. Why? I'm missing something. Maybe I don't understand the science. Maybe I'm not getting it. But why would somebody the age of 45 be lumped in with somebody that's age 79? British Columbia is shut down right now because of the older population needs the vaccine and 45-year-olds.
Is allowing us to make decisions about extending the distance between dose 1 and dose 2. What that does is free up more vaccine for our population.
You know what else it does? It extends the amount of time that residents in care homes get to see their family. That's what else it does. I thought they were the number one priority. Maybe you don't care about it, but I do. It bugs me. It bugs me to hear that prisoners are getting the vaccine before my dad. And nursing home residents are treated like prisoners and have been. Well, it'll be over a year now. Coming up to a year. That's what but this is a good day, guys. This is exciting. It's exciting. Are you excited? Do you have a parent that's at a nursing home right now and you can't see them? Are you excited? Does this make you excited? Isn't it wonderful?
And on the bottom line, it's the number of days after someone has got vaccinated. And when we looked at all the residents of long-term care that had been vaccinated and then tracked all the new cases that flowed after those initial dose 1 vaccinations, what you can see is for the first 2 to 3 weeks, we continued to get some cases which started to fall off midway into the 3rd week. And then after 3 weeks, it drops down to 1 case here, 1 case there, and then to nothing. And that is...
Then to nothing, guys, in care homes. Then to nothing. That is amazing. But we're still going to restrict you little buggers. You're a criminal.
Just such a miracle for us in that sector to have finally been able to protect those residents.
Finally, they're able to protect the residents, but they can't see anybody. They can't even pet a dog. Not only that, we can continue to keep things shut down, stay local, stay small, flatten that curve, hold the path, hold steady. It's a steady and smooth one, isn't it? Hold the line. Isn't it kind of interesting, Not too long ago, Henry was on the news saying, I might have to make more restrictions. I don't want to do it. But during all this time, the data said shit was going down. And she still said that. You know why? How long are we going to let these people be important? Sorry, I'm trying to understand the good news. I'm just trying to understand it. It's 90% effective. That is good news. That's great. Wonderful. I would have been fine with 70. 90? Sure. Better yet. But how does that benefit? So now, instead of double dosing people, they're going to take that second dose and they're going to give it to other people who need it. But who are these other people? Because my dad 3 weeks ago was always told that he was going to get the dose in March. Well, that hasn't changed. What has changed, it actually might be April now. So I'm trying to understand what they keep on talking about the good news and how excellent this is. But it hasn't changed anything. What has it changed? Inmates are going to get it. Before me. Before you. What has changed? Maybe that's changed. Maybe they weren't going to get it before. I don't know. I don't know. If anything, residents are still treated like prisoners. That hasn't changed. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what has changed.
And Indigenous people over 65. This is the first age cohort of the general public to be vaccinated. It's very exciting. Some of them are quite frail. Some of them are very vigorous. And we've set up a system here for the...
So is my dad. Sorry, Dad. And my mom. Sorry, Mom. Why aren't they included?
Last night, it will likely result in by mid to late July that we will have been able to give a first dose to everybody in our population.
Okay, so I think the good news is that everybody in the population is going to get the first dose by July. instead of September, I think. I'd rather the people in the homes just get, every old person out there gets 2 doses so we can move on with this. I don't need it. My kids don't need it. You're going to give my kid who doesn't die from it a vaccination when you can make everybody immune. Make the people at risk immune so we could get on with life. If I get my first dose in July, when am I getting my second one? November? Can't be, right?
But it does take some time. It takes 3 weeks on average before we have that maximum protection. So we're not out of the woods yet, but you're absolutely right. We'll be focusing on second doses starting in the summer. But we will be able to do a lot.
So no traveling in November. Possibly no traveling in December. Because if you get the second dose in November, you got to wait a few weeks. Don't book a trip in September, October, November, or December. Book your trip in January. I guess it's good news. Oh, God.
Oui, effectivement. Il
Oh,
faut dire
stop
que
it.
déjà, le service d'ambulance fait partie de notre système qui
Yeah.
est en
We are now in those final miles of this marathon. We know there's
There's
an
a shirt.
end point in sight. Use all of our layers of protection right
Oh, my
now
God.
as we're able.
I don't know, guys. I don't think I want to watch anymore. I just don't understand what's going on, really. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to grasp it. But I don't know how taking away a second dose to a nursing home resident is beneficial when those people are the ones that are in prison, and those are the people that need it more than anybody else in this world, and that's why we shut down the country. Immunize, vaccinate them as soon as possible. Allow them to carry on with their lives. It's like we're treating them that like they don't really have a life. You know what I mean? I don't know how this is saving time.
First Nations, Métis, and Inuit here in the province who are 65 years and older and elders are included in this phase 2 here in March. So we expect to be able to provide vaccine to all Indigenous peoples in BC in the next few weeks.
Follow up, Camille?
There goes my white privilege, right? Jeez. I thought I was privileged. What the hell's going on? I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I feel bad for the old people in nursing homes. It sounds like she's not going to lift the restrictions yet. I don't know why, but she's not going to do it. My parents, it hasn't changed anything. They're still getting the shot when they're supposed to get the shot. I don't want to wait till November for 2 shots. Only because I'm selfish and I want to go somewhere and I want to take my family somewhere. When do we book? Should we book a trip in November? December? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do. But I'm not going to Vegas in September, but maybe I am. Maybe I get the 1 shot in July. Maybe I wait for the 1 shot. Maybe that's what I do. I don't want 2 shots. Because who knows when I'm going to get the second shot? Know what I mean? Anyways, I don't want to talk anymore, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
And I will say as well, so that anybody's wondering, I have not yet had my second dose, and I have been watching this data very closely and will be receiving my second dose in
What a
4
hero.
months, or maybe even longer if we determine that that's
You're such a hero.
better
Thank you,
for our
Bonnie.
own immune system. So.
Thank you for not taking the second one.
Next, we have Prabjot. So.
What's that?